Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com and BigGTV.
This portion of the Coach's Show brought to you by JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. Jewelry, letter, jackets, yearbooks, graduation products, and more. That's what they do at JHA Company. Online at jhcompany.com. John Ding is back with you here on the third round, I guess you'd say. We've got Bill Caudill, the head coach of the Stewart's Creek Redhawks. And before we get started, I just want to say that I know you're looking forward to a few days off. I hope you're going to take a couple of days to spend time with those kids.
Yeah, I definitely am, and was able to for the first time this school year pick them up from school yesterday. Which is
that
nice.
not a blast?
Yeah, it's a big deal. And
did you get in the right line, in the car rider line?
Hey, I went and got out of the car and got them in person.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
So,
were they? I'm sure they were tickled, weren't they?
Yeah, they were excited, and it's nice to be able to do that, and always take them to school on game days as well, which is something that is I've always done, and I'm a quality time guy, so anytime we can get together is always really special for me.
Well, they must have overslept today because you usually bring one of them up here, and you kind of split time with them. So, but that's great. I know you've got. We talk about the game, and it seems like it was so long ago now. We know it was a Thursday game. Blackman got off to a really quick start on you guys, but the defense at times really held up. I mean, they're very solid.
Yeah, I thought our defense really, starting with really the second quarter through about halfway through the fourth quarter, really played well. And I don't think we really made Blackman earn it at all. Second play of the game on offense, we fumbled a little toss play, and then obviously had a pick six on our third possession, which was, really frustrating. And then they, threw a fade ball on about 3rd and 12, and we had our big long corner, away from, Brylan O'Dore, their big receiver. And so that was, I felt like very frustrating where we didn't have the matchup we needed to have in that situation. I think to your point, our defense really executed, I think, the game plan pretty well, which is trying to keep their quarterback in the pocket. There in the fourth quarter, we had two coming free off the edge, unblocked, and he made them both miss and, scampered for, I think, about 89 yards. And so he's a really good player. And outside of that play, I thought, we really executed what we wanted to do defensively. But I think the third or fourth play, too, we had several missed tackles, and O'Dore went for, a touchdown, and, didn't play well start to finish, in any on offense or defense, and obviously you got to give Blackman a lot of credit for that.
But that middle section, I mean, it was a battle, and you guys were battling hard.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention, I know R.C. Davis, because I saw him get banged up a little bit and limping.
Yep.
But he goes around and let me just tell you, he passed for 74 yards and rushed for 43, and one of those was a touchdown, I believe, that he scored on limping. I mean, really, that's guts. I mean, that's what you want to see in a guy, and he threw a pick six. But to rebound from that, I know that's encouraging down the road.
Yeah, RC is a phenomenal young man, and he's been. He was a starting receiver for us, and he was our backup quarterback, and obviously he's had to, jump into, that role. And, I think the one thing as a young quarterback sometimes that's hard to learn is, you don't necessarily have to go out and win the game. Sometimes you just have to, keep us out of bad situations. And I think that's something that I need to do a better job of continuing to teach him is, you don't always have to force something. You don't always have to, try and thread the needle. If you don't know what to do, hey, I'm always open. They can't guard me on the sideline. And, but he tries so hard, and he's a team leader. And, I definitely am very proud of, how he competed, especially there in the fourth quarter. He kind of got a little bruise there, pretty bad bruise, honestly. And, but he's a tough kid and he's a competitor. And Jonathan Hadley was able to jump on that punt that they fumbled, and we were able to get one in the end zone there late.
Speaking of Jonathan Hadley, he is our SRM concrete solid performer, locally grown, nationally known. That's SRM Concrete. And Jonathan had a night now, had 5 tackles and a fumble recovery. And to tell us a little bit about Jonathan, a little bit of the background.
Yeah, so Jonathan's older brother, Zach, actually coached, my first year, 2019, at Stewart's Creek, and he's serving our country in the military now. So it's a great family. His mom in the past has been on our touchdown club, and Jonathan's been patient and waited for his senior year for a chance to start at inside linebacker. And to me, I really think those are kind of a dying breed. When you don't hear anything negative, and you just got a team guy that is willing to be patient and wait for their opportunity. And he's one of those on our team that has the heart of a senior and plays his guts out, and we're all very proud of him. What kind of, it just shows you what kind of character some of these kids have. And I think they get overlooked. I mean, a lot of times with the flashy, let's go do it. He carries his lunch pail every day to work, doesn't he? Yeah, and he cares about his community, he cares about his school, and I don't know. I just to me, he's kind of a throwback, an old school guy in this era of high school football where it's all about me and my brand and those types of things. And Jonathan's one that is definitely a joy to coach.
Ben Caudill is our guest here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, the head coach of the Stewart's Creek Redhawks. And Jade McKnight, I want to mention him. He combined for 83 yards rushing, receiving. He had a good close to that game as well.
Yeah, Jaden, kind of had an opportunity there with, some things that took place during the game to come in and carry the ball. And he also caught, 1 or 2 as well that extended some drives for us. Jaden joined our program towards the end of last season around the playoffs from Ezell Harding. Moved into our zone, and you never really know, John, when your opportunity's going to come, and you got to make sure you're ready. Jaden certainly one I think is going to have some more opportunities moving forward.
When the season started, I know you've got a little different look, a little different ball club than you had when you started because of some injuries. Are you still going through an adjustment period with them, or not with you and them, but themselves? I mean, I think they have to learn, I've got a new role here now. I've got to step up. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. That doesn't happen overnight a lot of times.
I think we are still going through an adjustment period, and some of that is obviously having a new quarterback, but also I think it's just several of the people around the quarterback that have experience, haven't been, healthy either. And so that's, I think putting a little bit more stress on the quarterback, and on our offensive line. And so, but here's the thing, everybody's dealing with it. I know Blackman, one of their better defensive ends, was not, didn't play the other night. And, we've got kind of a string of those guys on offense that, we need to do everything we can to try and, get them healthy for the stretch run.
Fall break's coming up. I know you'll probably give them a couple of days, but you'll get back on the field probably later on in the week.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think definitely some time off is, much needed, and not just for our players, but for the coaches as well. You really go through the summer, routine, and when you start school, it's really I think 100-mile-per-hour sprint until you get to fall break, until you get to the bye week. But
reintroduce yourself to your wife, and
yeah, and so I think it's just good to keep creativity fresh, and so but yeah, we'll bring them in here later in the week, and I don't think it's healthy to go a full week just with not having your neck and other things acclimated to hitting and tackling and things like that. So. But definitely excited about, the opportunities our team has, when we come back.
Yeah, I mentioned coaches' wives. You've got a real good one, and most coaches do have great wives that understand. But you you try. I know you do. You try to keep that family up there in the number one spot as much as you can, as much as you're able to do.
Yeah, I think anybody that gets into coaching, had a coach that really helped shape and mold them in their formative years, and I'm very blessed to definitely have had that growing up, and at the end of the day, if things aren't right at work, it's going to affect things at home, and if things aren't where they need to be at home, it's going to affect things at work, and that's why I always challenge, especially our young coaches, is love your spouse, value the time with your family, because at the end of the day, however we play, the sun's still going to come up.
Yeah.
Just for me, my family is, really sacrificed a lot, for me at 30 years old to become a head coach in this county, and everything that comes with that. I can't say enough about, how blessed I am, and just the opportunities, Dr. Harrell and, Stewart's Creek has provided for me. It's one I definitely want to make everybody proud with, and it's a heavy responsibility. But at the end of the day, I'm a blessed family man, and I think you understand that, having been a principal, and having that perspective, is definitely something that's guided me. And once again, I think there's a lot of opportunities, for our team moving forward, but, we need to breathe out a little bit these next few days.
Well said, young man. I didn't know he was that young, but yeah, well said, young man. That's Ben Caudill, the head coach of the Stewart's Creek Redhawks. This portion of the show is brought to you by J. Mullins Jewelry, a family-owned and operated business treating clients like family since 1938. Jewelry design, repair, and a wide selection of great jewelry pieces. Online at mullinsjewelry.com.